Welcome to the Thrive Forever Fit Show, the podcast that's here to ignite your potential and guide you on a journey towards living your best life. I'm your host, Jay Nixon, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today. On this show, we're passionate about one thing, and that's helping you reach your full potential, whether that's in your health and fitness, relationships, career, or personal growth. We're here to provide you with tools, strategies, and inspiration to thrive in every aspect of your life. Each episode will dive deep into topics that matter most, featuring insightful interviews with experts, thought leaders, and individuals who've achieved extraordinary success. Together, we're going to explore powerful mindset shifts, nutrition and fitness strategies, effective goal setting, mindfulness techniques, and much, much more. We'll break down the barriers that hold you back and help you build resilience, focus, and unwavering determination. So if you're ready to unleash your potential and embark on a transformative journey, this podcast is for you. It's time to embrace your inner fire, tap into your limitless capabilities, and make every day an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and empowered to live the life you've always dreamed of. The Thrive Forever Fit Show is here to support you every step of the way. Let's dive in. Before we dive into the show, I want to take a quick moment to talk about the sponsor of this episode. It is very dear and near and close to my heart because it is Lori's company, SpaStar. If you ever had the opportunity to watch someone create something from a thought or a vision and make this magical thing actually come to life, well, then you'll know why I'm so extremely proud of her and why I'm so excited to have her sponsoring the Thrive Forever Fit Show. If you've listened to my podcast, then you probably heard her on episode 259. If you haven't heard that, I would go listen to episode 259 as soon as you finish this episode. She talks about the story of how she created it, the adversity she overcame, the challenges that she worked through, and just the inspirational story that I know you're absolutely going to love. But what SpaStar is a luxury wrap. And it was created as a spa wrap for people who were getting beauty treatments. But what we found out is it is a piece for everyday life. People are wearing it as swimsuit cover-ups, resort wear, just to get ready in the mornings or for that special event. It is the most unique piece. And I've actually worn this thing several times. I was the actual first model for this. Maybe I'll show you guys some photos of that, Fred, when the time is right. But it is such a cool creation called the Get Ready Wrap by SpaStar. And because you're a listener, you get 15% off today because you support me. So just go to spastar.net, spastar.net, the word spa, the word star.net. And at the checkout, enter Thrive15, THRIVE 15, and you're going to get 15% off of your Get Ready Wrap. So many of my clients already have these and absolutely love them. We're selling them all over the country and all over the world, for that matter, to high-end luxury spas and to people just like you that are using them inside of their own homes. They're traveling with them. They're using them at the pool. It's so really just unbelievably cool to see and witness. And I'm so blessed to be a part of it. And I'm so blessed to have Lori actually sponsoring my podcast, which I think is really, really cool. So go check out SpaStar. I know you're going to love it. It is the coolest thing ever. And guys, this isn't just for ladies. This is one of the coolest gifts you could get any female in your life, for that matter. If Lori hadn't have created it, I would buy them for her as a gift to show her my love and appreciation. So dudes, if you're listening and you need to get a gift for your significant other or some special person in your life, go to spastar.net, grab a Get Ready Wrap. There's all kinds of colors. There's black, there's sage, there's a berry color, there's a gosh, I just went blank. There's a kind of a greeny, kind of avocado-y color. Really cool. You're definitely going to love these, I promise. So go to spastar.net, check it out, support Lori. And Lori, thank you for sponsoring the show. All right, let's get to the action. Depressed, stressed, and broken. If you read the title, you're either here because you feel like you are, or you want to see if I am. And either one of those is really cool. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to start by saying this. This is not medical advice. If you're someone who feels like you are at your wit's end, anxiety is out of control, depression is out of control, and you are truly broken to a level of needing help, then I highly suggest you get that help. I highly suggest you seek medical help and get the necessary therapies and the necessary interventions that you need to get yourself in a good place, because I can promise you, you are worthy of being here. You need to be here. You must be here. You deserve to be here. You're loved, you're cherished, and honored by more people than you could ever imagine. This podcast is to debunk a little bit of the programming that I believe we are being exposed to. My belief is that you are being told that you're depressed, being told that you should be stressed, being told that you should have anxiety at the upper limits of capacity, being told that you're broken, you're fragile, you're weak. You're being told this on a daily basis by mass media, by the news, by some societal things. And I'm here to tell you, I don't believe it. I don't believe it's true. And I'm going to give you some strategies today on what I do and what you can do to not feel this way, to feel abundant, to feel amazing, to feel awesome, to know you're not depressed, to know you're not stressed, to know you're not broken. And I'm not here saying that I don't ever feel stress. I do. I'm not here saying that I don't ever feel heaviness and challenge and adversity. I absolutely do. That's just called life. You can overcome those things. You're designed to overcome those things. You are the most technologically advanced machine on the planet. Your brain and your body combined can overcome things that are unfathomable, things that you cannot even comprehend. You can overcome, because I know people that have done them. I know you've overcome things in the past, but you're being told now that you should be stressed out. You should be worried. You should be depressed. You should be broken, and all of these crazy things. And then the first thing they do, and I am not saying that pharmaceutical interventions are not necessary. I'm glad they're available. When they're needed, we need them. But I'm here to say that everybody who has stress, everybody who has a little anxiety, everybody who feels challenged or overwhelmed doesn't need a pharmaceutical. You're not lacking in any of the things that you need. And here's how I know that. Whenever you go into your doctor and you tell them that you're stressed or you're overwhelmed or you're feeling anxious or any of those things, they don't ever focus on the key components of why you might be feeling that way. They just simply want to give you a pharmaceutical intervention, a pill to take. And once you start taking that pill and you don't work on the other things, what you're putting in your body, what you're getting out of your body, how you're sleeping, the things you're ingesting, not only from a nutritional perspective, but from a psychological perspective. They don't focus on those things because they don't have the time. Quite frankly, that would be an hours-long discussion, and your doctor just does not have the time based on the structure of our medical system. But here's what we need to be asking ourselves first before we start taking those pills. And again, I am not advocating for anybody to not be on something that they need to be on. I'm simply giving you some ideas and suggestions on therapies that don't require long-term, lifelong interventions through a pill, a potion, or some kind of pharmaceutical intervention. The first step is this. They should be asking you, what are you eating? There's so much scientific data and so much scientific information that shows a direct correlation between the foods you eat and how you think, the foods you eat and your anxiety and stress levels, the foods you eat and the positivity and negative hormones and catecholamines and epinephrine and norepinephrine and all of those beautiful things that our body produces naturally. There's a direct correlation between the foods you eat and the production of those hormones. So if you got your food right, it might just get those hormones right. And you might be a little happier, a little less stressed, a little less broken feeling, a little less anxiety, feeling like you can overcome these things. The second thing is you have to move your body. The easiest way to change your psychology is to change your physiology. And that means to move your body, to go for a walk, to do things that are active, that require your body to move. You were designed to move. Again, I'll say it, you're the most technologically advanced machine on the planet. Your body is designed to do things that are incomprehensible. You're not designed to sit all day. You're not designed to lay down all day. You're not designed to sleep all day. You're not designed to stay in dark rooms all day. You're designed to be outside in the sunshine, in the wind, in the rain, like in the elements. You're designed for that. Your body needs that. Your body craves that. I'm not suggesting that you have to go join a CrossFit gym. I'm just simply saying you've got to be able to move your body. And then what are you consuming from a psychological perspective? Are you glued to the TV? Are you glued to your phone? Are you glued to social media? All three of those things are great things. They provide us a vast amount of entertainment and resources and information. But if inappropriately utilized, they can be one of the biggest detriments to our psychological welfare. They can be one of the biggest detriments to the why we feel depressed, stressed, and broken. Your mindset is the most powerful thing that you have, because what you believe is what you will get. What you focus on is what you'll get more of. And if you believe you are broken, you will be broken. If you believe you are depressed, you will be depressed. If you believe that you're stressed out beyond help and beyond repair, you will be stressed out. If you believe that challenges are too overwhelming, they will be too overwhelming. I'm a firm believer, and if you've listened to me for any amount of time, I always say this very statement that has been carried with me for the last almost 10 years now. It's not more than you can handle. It's just more than you expected. And the first part is so essential. It's not more than you can handle, because you were designed, you were created to handle adversity, to overcome challenges, to move past roadblocks. You were born for that. You were made for that. You were constructed for that. It's just more than you expected. And by being more than you expected, when you allow it to be piled on top of you with the mass media, with the comparisons from social media, with the constant addiction to the screens, with the bad food, with the lack of moving your body, it's no wonder you feel how you feel. But I'm here to tell you, you're not broken. You are absolutely not broken. You can come back from any place or space that you're in, regardless of what it is. If you're 100 pounds overweight, we can fix that. If you're not moving your body like you should be right now, we can fix that. If you've got a negative mindset right now, we can fix that. You can fix that. You can fix all three of those things without any pharmaceutical intervention. And it's simple. I'm going to give you 5. I'm actually going to give you 6. So I had a bonus one. I had 5, and then I'm like, wait a minute. The last one might be the most important one. The last one might be the one that pushes you into the next level. It might be the starting place for you. And I'm a big proponent of all of these. I want to start with number 1, and that is the cultivation of your mindset. What you believe is what you will get. What you believe is what you will achieve. What you believe, you'll get more of that. You have to start to believe and have a positive mindset about who you are, what you're capable of. And I maintain a positive mindset and actively cultivate gratitude in my life. So listen to what I said. I just said actively. I'm actively pursuing positivity and the cultivation of gratitude in my life. And I do this by focusing on all of the beautiful things that I have. I am, you are, we all are an anomaly. We all are so unique. The fact that you are even here, the fact that the sperm and the egg decided to make you is such a marvel of modern medicine. It's unrealistic that you're even here. You've got to be grateful for that. So what I do is I focus on all of those crazy things like that, all of the beautiful things that I have in my life, and I express that gratitude for them and to them. This helps me stay out of that state of depressive feeling. This doesn't allow me to feel broken, because you can't feel positive, happy, and healthy and broken and negative at the same time. Your brain just won't do it. So I do believe in the power of optimism, and I strive to overcome the challenges and adversities that are presented in my life, because I understand that every time I overcome one, I'm just going to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more resilient, and so will you. I want you to pause right now and think about this. Think about all the things you've overcome. And I know you're tired. I know you're overwhelmed. I know it feels like a lot, but stop right now and think about everything in your life that you've overcome. Think about it. Pause and think about it. I'll sit with you. When you were a baby, you couldn't walk. You learned to walk. You fell down 1,000 times. You hit your head on things. You didn't stop. You kept going. You couldn't speak. You learned to speak. You've got a beautiful voice. Some of you can sing. Some of you can do all kinds of things with this miraculous voice that we have that you had to cultivate. If you hadn't have overcome the adversities of not knowing how to speak, not understanding what it was, not being able to walk, you would still be in that infantile stage and you're not there. And I know that some of you guys are laughing. You're like, well, you have to. Well, you have to now too, because you're a beautiful soul and you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be vibrant. You're supposed to be, you're here for a reason. You've got a purpose. So keep moving and use that mindset as a weapon. Right now, you're using it as a weapon against yourself. Use it as a weapon for yourself. Number two is like a self-care routine. And this isn't what you're thinking. This isn't laying on the couch in my robe, eating bonbons and watching Housewives of Who Gives a Shit. It's not that. It's not going to the spa and getting a facial or a mani or a pedi. Self-care is prioritizing my body, my brain, all of those things, nourishing my body and my brain and my soul. Regular exercise, healthy eating, appropriate and sufficient amounts of sleep. Those are all essential for self-care. Additionally, I make time for me. If I need a nap, I take a nap. If I need to work, if I need a hobby, I work on my hobby. I relax, I socialize. I do all of these things. That's all part of your self-care. Your self-care is you time. It's taking care of this body and this brain and this soul and this spirit and this emotion and your psychology and all those things. You've got to prioritize it. It won't prioritize itself. And that all starts with the positive mindset, and then rolling that positive mindset into the positive awareness that you've got to take care of yourself. You're important, and you have to treat yourself as such. Number three is a strong support system. I don't have anyone in my life that will allow me to be depressed, to be broken, to be anxious, to be overwhelmed. And that's not to say that I don't get that way. What I mean by won't allow me is they won't allow me to marinate in it. They won't allow me to ruminate in it because they know why I'm here. They know that I was born for greatness. I know they were born for greatness, and it's their responsibility. And my responsibility is part of that. You guys know I call it my circle of success, but it's family and friends. It's an emotional and a psychological and a physical support system of encouragement and accountability. I'm open about my feelings to my circle of success. I communicate at an extremely high level. I tell my loved ones how I feel. I tell them when I'm struggling, and then we come up with a plan. They don't allow me to struggle in silence. So having a strong support system allows me to not carry these burdens on my own. It allows me to have advice and support and accountability when I need it. And I know that I'm not alone, and you're not alone either. I'll be part of your circle if you don't have a good one, but if your circle of success or your circle of despair, you've got one or the other. You've either got a circle of chaos or a circle of success. A circle of chaos will keep you stuck. You guys will talk about crap. You'll talk about negativity. You'll feed yourselves together with foods that you know aren't good for you. You won't move your bodies. You'll make excuses. You'll do all of those things, and you'll allow each other to suffer. See, friends, circle of success, they don't allow you to suffer. They get in the suffering with you and they pull you out. Number four is coping mechanisms. I've developed healthy coping mechanisms to deal with stress and adversity. See, most people's coping mechanisms are this: bad food, bad booze, bad behavior, bad ideas, bad people. Those are generally people's coping mechanisms. You've got to develop powerful, positive coping mechanisms. That circle of success is a coping mechanism. They've got to help you diminish stress and anxiety and not exacerbate it. I do this. I practice mindfulness. I practice meditation. I engage in creative outlets like writing and journaling and all of those types of things. And most importantly, I move my physical body every day. That is the greatest coping mechanism. That is better than any pill, potion, or lotion you could ever get. If you're somebody who's struggling with depression, if you're somebody who's struggling with anxiety, one of the most researched things that are going on right now in the world of positive psychology and positive psychiatry is cold therapy. Submerging yourself. And if you don't have a submersion tank, you can just take an extremely cold shower. They've shown that increases your epinephrine and your norepinephrine and your dopamine and all of your positive catecholamines and all of the positive things that you need in your brain. And it's simple and it's free and it's non-therapeutic and it's non-addictive and there's no side effects. It's awesome for you. You do that plus move your body, plus feed your body, plus feed your brain. This is how you're going to maintain mental and physical well-being. This is going to prevent you from having little adversities, little challenges, little roadblocks break you. Little things overwhelm you. This is going to prevent all of that. Number 5 is I have a purpose for my life. I have clear goals. I have a sense of purpose every single day. I am obligated to get up every single day because my people, my circle, somebody needs me to be my best. And I do this by, I set goals, I set targets. I set goals and targets with my circle of success and my people. And I get those fulfilled through a support and accountability. And when you've got something to stay on track with, something to stay on target with, it keeps you focused. And when you're focused on something bigger than yourself, something that you want to get to, something greater than yourself, abundance, awesomeness, all of those things, you cannot be depressed. You cannot be anxiety ridden because you're constantly in that positive state of mind, striving for personal growth and achievement. You've got to do this because it's going to create positive outlooks. It's something to look forward to. It keeps you motivated. And again, it prevents you from feeling those overwhelming feelings of depression, anxiety, and brokenness. And lastly, guys, this is maybe the most important. How I avoid all of that is I audit my inputs. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news or consume mass media. I don't engage in political, religious, or ideological debates. I don't go to social media for comparison. I actually edit my social media exposure. I don't mindlessly scroll and compare myself to anybody. I understand that everybody is here for their own personal purpose, and whatever they're showing on social media is not important to me. It's not who I am. It's not what I am. And on the flip side, I don't post nonsensical things on social media. I don't post a highlight reel. I post who I am, what I'm about. I stay very congruent with all of those things, and you have to as well. If you don't want to be broken and you don't want to feel stressed and anxiety, be you. Be so freaking you. Unapologetically you, congruent with everything you do and you say. I heard this today and it hit me like a ton of bricks, is there's a difference between a practitioner and someone who just goes on and talks about things. And I started thinking, like, it's the difference between being I'm going to do a whole podcast on this. It's the difference between being a practitioner and a pundit. A practitioner is someone who practices what they preach. They're congruent, they're committed, they're consistent. They do what they say they're going to do. A pundit is somebody who just talks about it. They just talk as an expert. That's what social media is. So when you go on there, remember that. Are these people pundits or are they practitioners? And then what am I? What are you? Make sure you're a practitioner. See, what I just told you, these 6 strategies, every single day, these are part of who I am. So I want you to understand this. You're not broken. You're not depressed. You're not overwhelmed. Unless you choose to be. Unless you choose to believe that. That's somebody else trying to put that into your brain. Or that's you putting it in your own brain based on the lack of positive mindset, the lack of a positive self-care routine, the lack of a support system, the lack of coping mechanisms, the lack of having a purpose and a passion, and the lack of auditing your inputs. If you'll do these 6 things, I assure you, I promise you, I guarantee you that whatever you feel will start to diminish. Get yourself around amazing people. Start hanging out with the right people and you'll start getting the right messages and feeling the right feelings and the right frequencies. You won't be broken anymore. You won't be stressed. You won't be overwhelmed. Stop believing that. That's somebody else's message to you. It's not who you are. Start auditing those inputs. And if it's not you, it's not you. Right? I can hear the same message and I'll be like, you got the wrong guy. I'm not broken. I'm not stressed. I'm not depressed. I'm capable of overcoming anything that comes in my way. I can be, do, and have anything I desire. So you got the wrong guy. So when you start hearing these messages, just tell them you got the wrong person. You got the wrong person. That's not me. I'm a positive mindset person. I'm a person who understands the value of self-care. I'm a person who has a positive support system, a circle of success. I have massive coping mechanisms. I move my body. I eat well. I take care of this. I sleep well. I have goals for my life. I have a purpose for my life. And auditing my inputs, you bet your ass I'm going to audit my inputs. If it's not utilizable for me, I delete it immediately. Guys, I promise you these 6 strategies will get you out of that feeling of overwhelm. You deserve to be. You're amazing. Again, I'm going to finish with this. You deserve to be here. You're unbelievable. You are capable of things that are beyond imagination. I'm going to say a word that's not even a word. Beyond fathomability. Is fathomability even a word? It should be. Somebody make me a t-shirt with that on and I'll wear it. You're unbelievable. You're awesome. You need to hear that. You need to be around people that tell you that. You need to believe that yourself. Because it's true. Guys, I appreciate you. I hope this message resonated. I'll be back next week with another episode. Be awesome to yourself. Be awesome to each other. Love you. Hey, before you go, I'd just like to say thank you again for listening to the Thrive Forever Fit podcast and watching on YouTube. It means the absolute world to me. And if you would do me one favor, and that is simply subscribe and review this podcast on whatever platform it is that you enjoy it on, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, doesn't matter. I would absolutely be so grateful and so thankful if you do that for me. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you again next week with an awesome, awesome episode. Bye.